Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The day is half past midnight. 8:15, August 15th, 2017. Right now, I'm going to address you as Jamil Barletier. So when I do that, it's going to be a real video. It's going to be a video. It's probably not going to be promoted on Instagram. If you're my Facebook friends and my WhatsApp friends, listening on audio, I want to address something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Family too. If you're my family, I'm addressing this. I've been wanting to get this off my chest for 5 years. 5 to 6 years. I've been wanting to get this off my chest. So like I said in my last audio that hasn't been released, my WhatsApp friends have heard it, but I'm going to say this to my regular app, to my regular fans watching, or my Facebook fans watching. This is not a promoted album. This is not a promoted video. This is only going to be on YouTube and my Facebook feed. Why? Because I want my family to watch this if they have the time. And maybe certain people might feel a type of way, but you know what? I have to say this. So I'm going to try not to curse as much either, but I'm adult here. This video is not going to have any, just like my last video. It's like the video, the MP3 I recorded, my WhatsApp friends. There's no social media references, no pop culture references. This is strictly a personal video. So here we go. This is Venomous People Part 2. Part 1 has not been released to YouTube because it was more people within my friendship circle, my group of friends. But this one is centered around, I don't want to say family members, so I'm not here to talk about Venomous family members, because I feel like as family we come together, whatever issues we have, we solve them, and we're a family again. Even if we're apart, we're family again. Now I want to make sure the people that I'm talking about know I'm talking about them, but I don't want to say any insider stuff the rest of the world does not catch. So here we go. It's interesting what happens when you acquire a sum of money, which is why I'm scared. Financially, I'm not struggling, or I don't want to say I'm not in the verge of going on the street, luckily, or anything like that. But financially, I get money and it's gone the next week due to importances. But it's funny when you are safe, what it does to you, how it changes you as a person. And I'll never forget that. let's just say there's a group of people I knew that changed, and they changed, and they changed terribly. You know, when I knew these people, when I first met them, they were a group of people I enjoyed being around. They were amazing. They were fun. And then they started bringing themselves on a rise to where they're at. Through hard work. Definitely hard work. Which was great. And finally they got themselves into a plateau and a point in life where they no longer have to struggle. They work, but they don't have to struggle. So they became middle-class citizens. Now usually that's something you could cheer on and say that's awesome. Not me. Because money will change you. And when it does, these people become a different person. They become ghosts. They become shells of their former selves. And it's even worse when you're a married couple. You know, I've seen a video which, the link will be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. Casino for Life talked about women and relationships. Without giving too much away, he hit the nail on the head because I've experienced it. Because the person I knew was a best friend until his wife took over. You know what is wonderful about this person is the fact that growing up, life after school, being around this person, he's always like, Jamil, you need to be a man. Come on, you're not a man. Come on, do that. That's a manly thing. Oh, he's not a man. Oh my God. I have 2 grown men in the house, and 1 boy, and he's the oldest, and this and that. It's interesting that you like to talk about being a man when in reality you're the biggest coward. That people I know who know you have ever known. I might say a couple of personal stories here. So here's one. I remember one time, I'm being a fan, I'm doing the stuff, I'm a huge wrestling fan, with the pay-per-view reviews and the SummerSlam review coming up after the SummerSlam pay-per-view. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Like, I'm a big wrestling fan. I love wrestling. Wrestling's my passion. At one point I wanted to be a wrestler, but then I knew about the business and realized it's too much for me. Not saying that I wouldn't have done it, but like, I can do other things. But I remember one time I was watching an old school pay-per-view in '96, and this person came up to me and was like, I don't know why you like this stuff. And I said, because I do. And he's assuming, oh, you think because you're going to do this and that and the third, you can be free. When you get a certain place in life, you're going to be free to do whatever. Let me tell you something. People always tell you what to do in life. You know, I want to be a soccer player, but I decided to work, and I decided, I gave up on that. Well, let me tell you something. I'm sorry I'm not a coward that gave up on my dreams just because I became complacent to my own environment. Okay? I mean, it seems like your wife's not giving up on her dreams, because she probably put you where you're at in the first place. But hey, that's just me. When you say things like people always tell you what you do, you gotta do this, it's not always gonna be free. Well, I'm sorry. I have hope for myself. I have hope for my future. I will never be complacent. If I went by that dumbass belief that you came by, that you went through, that you had this belief over, I would have worked my mom's accounting job a long time ago. Last year I had the opportunity, no thanks to you guys, to work that with my mom, but I refused to take that job. Why? Because that's something my mom wanted to do. When I'm literally telling my mom that, my brother is doing something he likes, he loves to do, he's working at the job he wants to do. He's always done this as a young kid, and people have, not saying names, people have run him down and say he always likes to do computers, he likes to play games, he's made it his profession, and I'm glad to bring, my buddy Jamaican Gamer out there, not saying his real name, to the house, to visit to my brother's place, and Jamaican Gamer's like, man, I love his computer. If I break into a house, I would steal his computer, and I would steal your brother's computer, and your mom's jar of pickles. It's prideful because my brother is living out his dream. He did that. And my mom is like, well, he's done this. Like, I don't care about that. I'm doing me. He did him, and I want to do him. I want to do me. My mom, yeah, she had a complacent job doing a CNA job, but you know what? She went and got her own business. So while the person I'm addressing, his wife, wants to denounce me, my mom, my brother, and my sisters, we're doing what we like to do. We didn't fall into the alt-right that you guys fell into. I like to do this for a living. I like to talk, make videos, have an Instagram account, Snapchat, listen to music, talk about pro wrestling, talk about social events, current events, stuff at school, network, Comic-Con. I like to do all of that. That's my passion. I would like to have a profession on it, and I don't need to go back to Jacksonville unless push comes to shove for that. I love my area of West Palm Beach. I figured this is an area to do it. I was told, I have a feeling I want to do this here. I went to Jacksonville, my hometown, 4 days. And for 4 days, I will not call it boring, but had I not bring Jamaican Gamer with me, it would have been. To a point where an old high school friend of mine is like, why are you back here? There's nothing here. There's literally nothing for me here. There is nothing for me in this city, in that city. But here in West Palm Beach, although Jacksonville is a more work area, West Palm Beach just seemed to be a place that just is calling me. It's literally calling me. You know? And that's something the person I'm addressing just doesn't seem to understand. See, you've criticized me for being this, that, and the third, but you don't even worry about your own kids. Oh, you know what? You do, but you don't seem to care. Why? Because you let, not saying any names, but you let your own kids run you over. One who is very wholesome and is trying to do the best. The other just seems to do what this person wants to do. And I love all my family. I love the kids. If they feel a type of way, I understand, but I still love them, and I understand if they want to defend you. That's okay. I don't hold that against them. Because darkness will eventually come to light, and I'll let that come organically. I am not going to be the one to do that. I'm just here to plant the seeds. And if the seeds have already been planted, I'm here to take this little pail of water and just water away, so they can sprout more into a tree of knowledge. You know, you lost who you were years ago, a decade ago. Years, you are not the person that you became. And just to think, the happiest that you've ever been was when you were in the worst conditions in your entire life. The worst condition that you have been in your entire life was when you were the happiest. Now you're in the best conditions, and you're not even you. You're not you anymore. And it's funny. You like to talk about being with God and being in tune with God. And I'm going to say another personal thing here. Just because I don't seem to conform to your spiritual or religious beliefs, whatever the hell you want to call it, doesn't mean I'm a devil worshiper. I mean, last time I checked, you're the one doing Freemasonry, which is very frowned upon on the regular Christian, the average Christian. You're the ones with swords. You're the ones with robes. You're the ones painting on the floor, burning incense. Last time I checked, God don't approve of half the stuff you're doing, no matter how many times you read it off the Bible. But that's just me. And I always feel like you've been stuck in the sunken place. Because every day, once in a while, the real you comes out. And I am happy that it does. But then it just gets buried into this way of giving up because you love this person. You know, your kids will see you for who you are and know you're phony. And not just you. Because I'm not addressing you. I'm also addressing your significant other. Because I know she's been the hamstring behind a lot of things. She was responsible for a lot of stuff that I will not make public here on this video / audio. But one thing for sure, she is one of the fakest people I've ever known, and my family's ever known. And it sucks. Because you were the two people I've counted on to help me get where I needed to be. And you failed me as people. who should have done that. You made promises. Of course you're gonna... Hey, of course you're gonna act like you didn't do it, or you're the victims in this. There's nothing I can do about it. But I will say this, and I'm gonna end this off with a crotch grab. It's easy. I will always remember what you said one time. And that was that my friends will never help me. And over the past 2 years that I've been with my friends, they have helped me more than you've ever helped me. They have done more to get me where I'm at currently and bring me on this ladder to success than you've ever helped me. You know, and I'll remember that. Because all those bogus speeches that you've given me, I will never take serious from you anymore. Because you can't even seem to live up to your own expectations. So go ahead and live your little life. I got the flash, but I don't think you're ready for it. Stay in the sunken place. Let your wife stir the damn teapot. I'm okay with that. I will forever be out here trying to get where I'm at. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy where you're at. But know one thing. Everything comes full circle. Darkness will always come to light. And I hope you take these words and you think about them. With that being said, I'm Jamil Barlett here, and I bid you guys a good night. Yes, this is Jamil Barlett here with a quick edit because I want to make this as quick as possible. Just adjusting my Venomous track on Venomous People. Yeah, it's been a couple of days since I released this. I recorded it. I could have put it up, but I felt like I missed something. And I realized what I have to say. On August 21st, 2017, 9:22 p.m. To the people that I've addressed in this video, I want to make something very, 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 very crystal clear, and I want to make sure I do this within 10 minutes. Individual number one, I want you to know something. And I want you to know something clearly. Everything I've done, everything I've accomplished is no thanks to you. You don't deserve credit. You could run and tell anybody in my family what you've done to put me where I've been, to put me where I'm at. You can live that lie. You can live that lie all you want. But just know for goddamn sure, you ain't do shit. And there's an age-old question. Two age-old questions that you've been asking me over the years. Whether I was scared of doing the things I want to do. Thinking that I was scared of doing the things I want to do. I'm too scared, or I don't want to do this. I want you to know something. I want you to know something. I told you then, and I'll tell you now if you never got it. I told you then in a respectful way. Now I will tell you in a very disrespectful way. Because I know your significant other likes to tell me that they don't move on my time. Well, I want you to know, I don't do nothing on your time. I move on my own time. So it's not that I'm scared of getting things done. It's I do whatever the fuck I want to do. And if you have a problem with it, well, I know you have a porn addiction, so spend all the time you need to go fuck yourself. And another question, because I get this question a lot from some people that don't understand, but you are the main one. What do I spend my money on? What do you spend your money on? What do you spend your money? Why don't you save your money? You know, I thought about that, and I will answer that question. Very simple. I spend all the money I make doing whatever I want to do. I spend all my hard-earned money on one thing. Well, two things, actually. One, are my payments, are my bills, whatever I have to pay. And the rest of my money goes to a very small item called Nunya. And Nunya stands for none of your goddamn business. Don't worry about what I spend my money on. You ain't gotta know what I spend my money on. Just know that my bills are taken care of. And if you can't accept that, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, you have that porn collection. You think you got that buried away. Oh no, trust me, I see the frustration in your relationship. Go fuck yourself. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, you know, I want to add this too. While we're in that topic before I segue. It's interesting that, you know, you're worried about what I spend my money on. Then you have your significant other say things like, oh, you should buy this and that and the third. You should buy this. I know you have money. I know you have money. I don't have to do shit except pay my bills. And once that's done, I do what the fuck I want to do with my money. So if you have a problem, well, I've already said this twice, so I'll say it a third time. Go fuck yourself. Because you haven't made me earn this money for me to do what you want me to do. You've done nothing to help me. So why should you lecture me about how I should spend my money and what I should buy things? And that goes to anyone watching this video who feels this way towards anyone suggesting things to spend money on. Fuck them. If they're not the one writing the checks to you, burn that check at your own discretion. Now, with 4 minutes left, I want to address your significant other, because this one's very quick. It's interesting you tell me, you know, after all we've been through, you say things like, oh, I've done this for such and such years. I've never done anything to you. Let me correct just one word in that statement you made. You're right. You have done nothing. You have done nothing. But you've done nothing for me. You are a very lousy, terrible person. And we see through your BS because you are a chameleon. But let me stop right there before I say something personal, because I'm about to. To end with 3 minutes left, I want to let you guys know I forgive you. And you're going to see this video. But I forgive you. Because no sense of being mad. But I hope you watch this. Because I want you to know how much of a dark place that you put me in. Okay, you know what? I'm not blaming no one but myself. However, I hope you live with the BS because we see through you guys. But I forgive you because all I can do is move forward and I have to. But I hope you live with some of the decisions you've made towards me and my family. And I hope you have a nice day.